Okay, welcome, welcome. Hello, this is Wake Up Love, and I am Jamar. And this is a forum that we've created to share what woke up in our hearts, in our minds, what's going on, what did we wake up with, what's the deal, what you got going on. I would love to interact, hear your comments if you're live. I'd love to hear what you got going on, what woke up in your heart, what's lingering in your heart. It's been a busy season and there's a lot going on. And today is solstice. So if today is not solstice for you, it was solstice when we made this video, but the message is still for you and it still pertains to whatever you're going through. Because the only reason you'd be connecting with this video or with me is if there is something here for you, or for someone that you know, or for a stranger, for something that is to come. So thank you for being here. Thank you for allowing me to be a bridge on this beautiful day. Wherever you are, it's a beautiful day. It's solstice. The sun has reached its peak, its point, and it's starting to go the other way. So that means that there is a nice, big, grand boom and opening for us. There's an availability that we can tap into source. Things are available that were not available. Also, today Mercury comes out of retrograde, which is a pretty big deal. It's been a tough season. And Saturn goes into Capricorn. And that's going to be for a while. So that energy is going to be available and it's going to be there for us for a while. So what woke up in my heart? Because I was like, oh, should I talk about solstice? But that's not really what woke up in my heart. And I really want to share what woke up in my heart with you guys today. And it was ancestral connections. Ancestral connections. Connecting with our ancestors. It's the end of fall. Fall season has culminated and, well, equinox, fall or spring, wherever you are, has culminated. And it's the time where our ancestors are available to us. So now here we are in solstice. Here we are in these planetary changes, also in these different things that are going on. Plus it's holiday season. It's holiday time where we think about our ancestors, where we honor our ancestors' traditions. Blessings to you, Neri. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for allowing me to share. So as we're sharing our ancestors' traditions and we are receiving the blessing of solstice, which I don't want to get into because there's so many different things that I can get into with solstice, but it really has to do with everything that we've learned from our ancestors, the way that we celebrate this time of year, the way that we celebrate solstice, the way that we celebrate our birthdays, our solar returns, the way that we celebrate our moon time, the way that we celebrate our children, and the way that we celebrate who we are. That all comes from our ancestral lineage. So we have spiritual and we have physical ancestral lineage. So we have family, spiritual family that is not family to us by blood, but they are family to us by iron and by connections and by past, presents, and futures. So if you really think about it, if it's through iron in our magnetic field, then it is through the blood because the blood does carry iron. So that's kind of a subject within itself. But I was like, wow, this is such a great time to really go into all of those different customs and ideas. And are we really honoring our ancestors? Are we really doing it the way that they did it? Are we improving it? Are we changing it? Are we really even listening to them? So that's what I want to focus on. Are we listening to our ancestral connections? How to listen to them, how to connect to them, and how to recognize them. So yesterday I had 3 medium sessions. I am a psychic medium. I'm a 6th generation medium. Probably more than that, but I've been able to trace it up to 6. So this is the time of year where people are missing their loved ones. They're missing their traditions. They want to connect. They want to know how they are. They want to bring them to the table. They want to celebrate them and honor them. So I get a lot of medium readings at this time of year. So the ones I had yesterday were all about people coming in, knowing exactly who they wanted to talk about, what they wanted to talk about, and taking it with them. So that was really smooth, very easy. It was a smooth transition. But the day before, I was so relieved because I had an ancestor here for a while waiting for someone to arrive, waiting for someone to come, because that person is not reading the signs. That person is not listening to them. That person is not tapping in to what they're guiding and showing them when they are asking for the assistance, when they are asking for the signs. So sometimes I get spirits hanging out here 2 or 3 weeks, and I'm patiently, lovingly waiting to see who's gonna come pick them up, who they're gonna come and express themselves through. So I really wanna help you identify when your ancestors are speaking to you and when they're calling out to you, when they're guiding you, because a lot of you aren't listening and you're asking for guidance. So, a few different things. First of all, animal medicine. We are animals. Please remember that you are an animal. What a beautiful thing it is to recognize that we are animals. Look, and I'm wearing my Ganeshi, my elephant dress. For sure, 100%. I got my cat in me too. Can't separate them, can't take them out, because we are mixed with so many different things and experiences and locations. So we have to remember that because we are animals, we can connect into animal medicine and we can tap into animal medicine really easily. They're our cousins, you know, and they're there to help us, like all cousins, you know, like the ones that we call cousins that are not even really cousins, but we're taught that we should be respected and honored like cousins. Hi, Christy. You're there at work following us and listening through. Good. Happy solstice to you and happy solar return, my dear. And we've been celebrating you for a few days now, and that's a beautiful thing. We should all be celebrating the sun and the sun's transition and what it does and how it allows these energies to access us and for us to access them. So animals. Connect with the animals. Connect with the animal medicine. Ask your animals to come in your meditations. Maybe your aunt had a dog. Maybe your grandfather had a parakeet. Maybe your grandfather always played with ladybugs with you in the garden. Recognize the animals, the energies that they were attracted to, that they were a part of. Also, the traits and the characteristics of these people, of your ancestors, are also seen through animals. Like if you keep seeing a whale and you keep seeing a whale, well, the whale medicine, what the whale represents and what the whale itself, the image, everything, it reminds you of your nana. It's everything like your nana. So you really have to allow yourself to see further, to connect a little further, okay? So animal medicine, animal totems, connecting with your animals in meditation, through your dreams. Yesterday I pulled up and there was an iguana, just chilling on my driveway. And I had lizard people here the day before, and I was supposed to receive this morning some lizard medicine from someone else and some iguana medicine. But guess what? That's why the iguana came, because he wasn't going to be able to make it. So isn't that interesting? And I was able to read those signs, and I was still able to receive from that medicine and give back that medicine. Yesterday I was remembering playing with a baby chick with my padrino. There you go. You see what I'm saying? Those little things that we connect with through animal medicine. I had a dog come, I think 2 days ago, for some, I scanned a dog. I've scanned dogs, cats, birds, lizards, snakes. You know, I can read them all. You can read them all too, because we are all one. It's just a matter of connecting and allowing yourself to see the signs. The second thing that I want to share with you guys. Well, squirrels is playfulness. Squirrels is you. Squirrel is a total totem for you. You should look it up. By the way, if you don't know what these animals mean, you want to learn a little bit more, there's certain ways to look into them and to allow your guides to help you even further. So one thing that I really love to suggest is to go and type in your favorite search engine, sit down, and just click. So let's say you keep seeing a dragonfly, which is very common. So type in dragonfly, mythology. Allow all the different myths to come up, but really close your eyes, scroll around and point. And allow the legends and the myths and the stories that others have said, others have experienced, to influence you or to show you a way or to give you some tools, just a different perspective, okay? Or you can go straight into metaphysics and you can straight up say dragonfly, for instance, Ted Andrews, Animal Speaks, boom, and you're gonna get a nice metaphysical resolution for what's been going on, really. And then the next thing that you could do also is watch a documentary, read an article, look deeper into that animal medicine and how it coexists here with us on the planet in its own environment versus someone else's perspective. Let you be the one looking at it and observing it. Allow yourself to be the observer and to receive its medicine and its tools. Okay, so the other thing that I wanted to talk about your ancestors and recognizing them is through sounds and smells. We are triggered through our senses. So I really want you all to remember that when we're using our intuition and we are flowing and things are in divine order and things are flowing into its natural journey, its natural path, its natural flow, you're able to hear and smell and feel and all your senses and see, all your senses are really aware. And the awareness of those senses allows you to feel and hear different frequencies, sounds, warmth, cold, heat, cold, hot, cold, and smells. So let's say that you are outside and you're walking your dog. There's nobody around you. It's actually cold. You're all bundled up. And there's nobody around you. You're out in the park. You're out down the street, out away, walking the dog away from the houses. And all of a sudden you're really, 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 really cold. And you might feel a little intimidated, because when you feel cold, usually means that there might be something a little negative going on around you. So it's natural for you to feel intimidated and for you to start looking around and for you to start hunkering in to start to protect yourself. Okay, so this is a very natural feeling, because negative energies and negative entities will make us feel cold. Okay, so all of a sudden you feel cold, you feel looking around, feel like something might be there, grabbing onto the dog. The dog is also noticing something. Tell. The dog is also looking into the distance and straight away. And all of a sudden, you smell cafe. You smell the warmth of coffee on a bright, sunny, cheery morning. And you can feel warmth coming in through a window, and you can hear the rattling of the dishes, of the porcelain. Guess what? Abuelo is here. Yeah, you're being guided, you're being protected, you're being shown that you're safe, that they're with you, that you're not alone, that it's okay to move forward. So you really have to ask yourself, hey, is that abuelo? So here's the thing. A lot of us will automatically know And a lot of us will allow our intuition to actually flow and be, is that abuelo? Is that grandpa? That's grandpa. Grandpa, thank you so much for showing up. Let's go. But if you tell yourself, wait, what's that? You could be being tricked because spirits are sneaky. And it could be tricking you. So you really have to ask. And there's certain ways to ask. Like you would ask a person, you would say, are you abuelo? Are you grandpa? You know, because you have to allow, your senses are all being triggered, but are they being triggered and directed towards the correct energy? So if you doubted it from the very first minute, you really have to question yourself. When in doubt, check it out. So if the spirit replies, or if you hear sound, or if you're triggered, or if you smell something that makes you feel silly, or makes you feel like they're mocking you, laughing back at you, they're really trying to just convince you and to trick you. And they're trying to find their way into you, and they're trying to find their way for you to trust them. And they'll use the voices, the sounds, the smells that you are familiar with, that you feel safe with. Because that spirit could have come to help you, and then the other spirit could have been a little bit stronger because it could have been a poltergeist, let's say. And they can easily, it's more intelligent, so it easily can take over, cancel it, and take over its personality, its information, its download that it was coming to, you know, to help you with, and then try to interpret it towards you and convince you and trick you and bring you into the energy field. So it's really interesting how it works and how they help us, and how we have to train our ears, our eyes, our smells, our taste, our touch, to learn to recognize light and darkness. So we have ancestors that are in the darkness. We have ancestors that are stuck. They're in ghost form and they need light. We have ancestors that are in the light. They are guiding us. They're helping us. They're showing us. They are all about moving forward and helping us with our ancestral lineage, with our legacy. They are all about it. That is why they left, to help you. And then you have some ancestors that they were dark, negative entities, and they were taken and they were oppressed, and they've turned into little dark, you know, little mini creatures or demons or negative, I don't even want to get into that, lower polarity dwellers, or maybe there was a poltergeist that sucked them in and brought them in. So, you know, it really depends where they are. So a great thing that I invite you to do so that you can also understand and connect with them and read the signs and understand what they're trying to tell you is, what ancestors are you working with? Who's around you? You know, who are you praying to? And is that really who is helping you? You know, and you have to ask, like, you know, who is that? Who is, you know, am I alone? Am I not alone? You know, like, my daughter is always looking into the corner and she's always calling on to some lady. Well, who's that lady? Is it your daughter's ancestor? Is it your ancestor? Or is it some ancestral energy that belongs to the house or to the location? Are they serving? Are they sucking? Are they a psychic? Are they vampires? So there's so much that goes into it, and to our ancestral connections. I could talk about this for days and days and days and days. I had an interesting dream last night with my ancestral connections, but it was all about my galactic ancestral connections. Yeah, I just threw a curveball in for some of you. Bow. And some of you are like, now that's all I got. Okay? So I had a beautiful dream last night that I was on a highway. I dream a lot with highways, especially during times of sun strength and sun magnitude and abrupt changes. So I was on a highway, and the highway was interchanging, recreating itself, very matrixy. And in the distance, there was blimps, stars, UFOs, cars, objects coming, and they were coming in and they were bringing in information, and I kept connecting and bridging the highway and it kept concrete kept reshaping itself. Really beautiful. And I knew it was my people, because it's solstice, and it's open and the energies are available, and Mercury retrograde, the Saturn thing going on. I don't want to go all into that. That'll take another 20 minutes. But I knew it was my ancestral connection, and I knew that they were coming, and I knew that they were here. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for them. So if you have any questions about any of this stuff, feel free to write it down and I'll get back to you. If you want a private therapy, reading, or session in regards to this stuff, learning how to tap a little bit further into it, maybe doing some meditations, doing some sound therapy to help you connect with it a little bit further and discover your hidden gifts and talents to connecting with your ancestors. Great way to connect with your ancestors is through drumming, through sound, and through movement. Don't forget that, ever, 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 ever. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for being here. Thank you for connecting. Thank you for allowing me to share. If you guys haven't subscribed already, please do below. And don't forget to hit the notifications button so that you can be notified when I go live. Oh, that felt so really good. I feel a little lightheaded. I'm actually going to go to the beach real quick. I'm going to go to the ocean, look at the sun before I got to come back, and I have a whole entire afternoon of readings. So I'm excited. I hope you're excited. I hope you enjoy the sun's energy today. Sit under a tree, connect with the earth, or just look into the sun and feel its warmth and its power. And remember that you are made of that sun. It is you, beautiful carbon ball. Spit out beautiful tiny pieces and created you in all your beauty and your splendor. Keep shining bright. Don't dim your light. Don't dim your light. Shine bright is what gives life. Peace and blessings. Bye, guys.